21 years after the first motion picture was made, people were already turning books into films. 1899 marks the first time when George Melies created Cinderella based on the 1697 novel. Hollywood has been no stranger in using literary source material, and the success of those has been prominent. In 2023 alone, there were 90 books that were adapted into a TV show or movie. In this video, I will explain why it's so difficult, outline the steps it takes to achieve this, and list some of my favorite pieces of work that use an adapted screenplay. In order to legally write a script based on another person's work, you need to acquire the book rights. This can be either bought outright or with a book option, which allows you to own the rights for a limited amount of time in order to make the film. If the work is public domain, like Sherlock Holmes, that means the author no longer owns the rights to the film, and any person can adapt the story into a screenplay. Acquiring book rights is dependent on the publisher or author. A proposal must be sent to them if you want to buy the rights for your own work, including things like research on the marketplace, target audiences, your vision for the adaptation, and any film industry connections you have to get the movie actually made can help your chances of securing a deal. You will have to pay to reserve the rights. Some authors are willing to enter a cheaper deal in hopes of a successful movie leading to an increase in book sales. Once you have the rights, you can start writing your adapted screenplay. Books are normally hundreds of pages, while scripts hover around 100 pages. This means the story will have to be condensed for the film. Only critical plot points and major themes should be included for driving your story forward. This is why you see longer stories being made into TV series, as it allows the writers to better encapsulate the different plot lines without them being rushed. A rule of thumb is to only write what can be seen on screen. The interiority of a novel is hard to translate, the character's inner voice. Filmmakers will try to use narration to get around that, but most of the time it's not as powerful as the descriptions in the written works. For the audience to get an understanding of the character's thoughts, it depends on the actor and the performance. Film is a visual medium with a show not tell rhetoric. The book is always better, people say, which I agree with most of the time. As great as the Harry Potter movies were, the books were always better. One instance where I'd say this is false is The Shawshank Redemption. Based on the 1982 novella by Stephen King, this is one of those instances where the film adds something special to the story. Led by outstanding performances from Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins and directed by Frank Darabont, the 1994 film proves that narrative to not always be true. Film critic A.A. Dowd puts it in an interesting way. Writing an original screenplay is like taking a lump of coal and building something out of it. Writing an adapted screenplay is like chipping away at a block of stone. There's already existing work there. My favorite adapted screenplay is Stand By Me, based on Stephen King's The Body from 1982. It's funny that my two favorite movies based on books are both made by Stephen King. L.A. Confidential, Schindler's List, Shutter Island, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Forrest Gump, Goodfellas, No Country for Old Men, Dune, Fight Club, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and The Shining are among my favorites as well. It surprised me to learn that some of those films were based off other works, and it's just interesting how successful the films are, even though people say the book is always better. To them, I say, is it? Thank you guys for watching. It was fun making this video and learning some new things. If you've enjoyed, please consider leaving a comment and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.